This video is an introduction to cultural resources. For detailed information on this topic, please visit the Corps website. The preservation of our nation's history and culture is critical for the education, development, and appreciation of future generations. Section 106 of the National Historic Preservation Act of 1966 requires federal agencies to take into account the effects of their undertakings on historic properties. A historic property is any prehistoric or historic district, site, building, structure, or object included in or eligible for inclusion in the National Register of Historic Places. The term includes properties of traditional religious and cultural importance to an Indian tribe or Native Hawaiian organization. Such properties also meet the National Register criteria. Some historic properties are well known, while others have yet to be discovered.
With about 100,000 permit applications each year, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers understands the need for a process that meets the intent of the National Historic Preservation Act. Building a boat dock or housing development that affects wetlands may also impact archaeological sites or historic buildings. Therefore, the Corps considers the potential impacts that proposed projects may have upon historic properties. An important part of this process involves consultation with the Advisory Council on Historic Preservation, the State Historic Preservation Officer, the permit applicant, Indian tribes, interested parties, and the public. Adverse effects on historic properties may be direct or indirect. Projects may adversely affect historic properties if 1. They cause physical destruction or damage. 2. They alter or relocate the property. 3. They change the character of the property's use or setting. Or 4. They introduce incompatible visual, atmospheric, or audible elements. As with all permit evaluations, the process includes consideration of alternatives that will reduce the adverse effects on historic properties. If a project has unavoidable adverse impacts on a historic property, and it is determined that it is in the public's interest to authorize the project, a memorandum of agreement is developed to address resolution of the adverse effects.
There is a great potential for the country to have a better understanding of this particular continent if they would listen to the Native American people who lived here for millennia before the arrival of the Europeans. And I believe that this Tribal Liaison Office is a very important aspect for creating that communication and understanding between them.
Through the preservation of our nation's history and culture, future generations will learn from, appreciate, and value our heritage. This is just one of the many factors that the Corps considers and must balance in evaluating permit applications.
Before beginning any project in waters of the United States, be sure to find out if a Department of the Army permit is required. While this video attempts to give a general overview of the regulatory process, viewers should refer to the actual laws, regulations, and guidance for complete and current information.